Chef Amanda here with Dylan behind the camera. And today we're going to talk to you about putting together an invoice. An invoice is essential in making you look professional, but also so that the client knows exactly what the expectations are, so that people working for you know what the expectations are, so that everything's spelled out right in front of you and it prevents mistakes from happening. So what we have here, which is just a document I created myself years ago, is our cookery order form. I grab these, I keep them right here at my desk, and pardon our messy desk, but we have a lot of things going on these days. So I keep them right here, that way as soon as the phone rings, I can grab a cookery order form and I can take down some details. So, we have an email that came in just the other day for Mr. Joe Kelly, and so I have that also pulled up. Our website actually has a website contact submission button where they can go right through our website, ask a question, request information, etc., etc. And so Joe, which is the fire chief here in Morton at the fire department, has reached out to us to do some catering for him. Luckily, we've done a lot of catering for Joe in the past. And I just kind of started to compile my information here. So he's interested in a meeting. He's got 30 people. He wants it Wednesday, October 5th. He wants to pick up lunch options, but have them available for dinner for 5 p.m. that day. So that tells me I'm going to give them a pretty hearty buffet, because here we're talking about firemen and firewomen, so they probably have a very hearty appetite. But also they're getting a lunch option, but they're going to have it for dinner. My guess is that he wants the lunch option so that they don't have to deal with any reheating units or breaking anything down or putting out sternos and etc. They just want to be able to throw it away at the end of their meeting. So I'm not going to show you all the emails, but this is a thread of Joe and I going back and forth and lining up what he's going to have for his dinner. Do you want dessert? Do you want chips? Etc., etc. I like to do everything via email. That way it's right here. I can go back and look because, at my age, I forget a lot of things. So it's really important to write everything down and then have a detailed script of it. So even if somebody reaches out via phone call, I get this going right away, and then I usually will send the info back to them to have them proof it and make sure I got everything else so that it's in an email. So here we fill out our order form first. We have Joe Kelly, his phone number, his company name, his email. He's going to do a 3 p.m. pickup on Wednesday, 10/14/20. He's going to have 30 people, and we're going to charge him $17 per person. That's the cost of our lunch buffet with 2 separate options and then pasta salad added in addition. On here, he's going to get a veggie crudité, a fresh fruit salad, a pasta salad, individually wrapped turkey bacon Swiss croissants. The individually wrapped has become a big thing that we've become known for since COVID-19, just to keep everybody safer. And then a roast beef and cheddar onion roll, and then every buffet that's a sandwich buffet gets chips and cookies. I wrote down send utensils to tell my staff that they're going to need to send things for Joe to serve with at the fire department. And then here I'm giving a total, which is $510. They are tax exempt because they're the fire department. We don't charge them gratuity when they pick up their order, because for what? We've already charged them to make their order, so no gratuity necessary. Some people do tip though. And then we're not going to request a deposit this particular time because we know Joe and because he's local and because we deal with Joe a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and get the invoice process started. So in order to get payment, the most important part about our company to keep it running, we have to do an invoice. So again, even if you're just starting out and you want to do your own little side gigs, it's important to have an invoice to send to your customer to say, hey, does everything look all right? Is this everything that you wanted? Because that's your chance right there to catch a mistake if you forgot something on your end, because nobody wants to be that guy. So, or girl. So I have this invoice already started in my Google Drive account, and this is an invoice that we use at the cookery. And if anybody ever wants a copy of an invoice that can be modified, I'm happy to send one or share one with you. This one has worked great over the years to plug in all of our details. So first we're just going to get started and put in everything that he's told us in the email. He's having a company meeting. His name is Joe Kelly. We already have that in. His event date is October 14th, 2020. His phone number is in there. His email is in there. So all information I got right from his website submission. He's going to pick everything up Wednesday, October 14th We did a buffet for him similar to this several years ago. And he's going to pick this up at 3 p.m. on the 14th because he wants to serve it by 5. And then pick up at the cookery, so we don't need an address here or a delivery time. And then he's going to, again, pick up at the cookery at 3 p.m. And then we're going to have 30 people, so we're going to plug that in over here. And then he's going to have our lunch sandwich buffet. Now, this could be anything depending on what you're doing. Your company is going to look much different from mine. And so I'm just going to go through and type in everything so that my employees can make the order correctly. Now the great thing is that most of the time our pasta salad is made the same. Our fruit salad is made the same. We just did a little bit of a switch with our fruit salad since we're going into a season where some of the fruits in the summer aren't as good. Garden vegetable pasta salad. I do like to add some sizzle words to that, even in the invoice, because it makes everything sound better. Turkey, bacon, Swiss, croissants, and that's getting the honey Dijon. And then beef, roast beef, and cheddar. Oops. Brioche onion roll. And that gets the horsey sauce. So this is more really to tell the employees everything that they need to make sure goes into this order. Assorted cookie platter and kettle chips. The kettle chips I change depending on who my guest is. For today I got beer cheese because I thought that sounded really fun. Okay, so turkey, bacon, Swiss croissant, roast beef, and cheddar are his 2 options. Then it always comes with a choice of your tray, which is a veggie crudité with ranch dip. And then he's getting fresh fruit salad as his salad choice. He's added a garden vegetable salad. We're charging him $17 per person for a total of $510 over here. And then we need to put a note on here that says send utensils. Send utensils to serve. And then also we want to say send plates, napkins, cutlery pack for $35, even though they have 30 people, just in case somebody wants seconds or they drop a plate on the floor or somebody takes 2 plates on accident. You don't want them to run out of plates because that makes you look bad because you're not there to solve the problem. So $510 is his subtotal. They are tax exempt, so they don't have to pay because they're a state institution. We're not including gratuity. I like to just put not included. That way if they want to include it, they see that, it's pointed out on there, and then they might say, oh man, they did a good job. We should send them a tip. And then they didn't have a deposit, so we don't need to put anything there. And so our amount down at the bottom here is just going to be a simple $510 again. Okay, we go through, we make sure that everything matches our cookery order form, matches up with our invoice. Down here, I have some notes for me. No deposit was collected. All food needs to be prepared on disposable clear trays. They'll pick it up at the cookery at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. We need to make some changes here. October 14th. For an event later that evening. They don't have soups. This must have been from last year. Send disposables for serving. Okay. We're just going to say send disposables for serving. We don't add gratuity to our bills so that you can decide what our service was worth for you. I put that in there just in case they want to maybe add something. And during the holidays, most people do. Thanks for letting the cookery be a part of your special event. Payment is due upon pickup. Bring cash or check to avoid a 4% processing fee. We do charge 4% to process credit cards here. That way we don't pay the additional fees ourselves. They can make the option to avoid that by bringing cash or check. You can also mail a check. Now I don't put this in here for everybody, but since I know Joe, it's going to be okay. You can also mail a check to the Cookery Inc. post-event. I don't do that for everybody, like I said. So then we go back up here, we make sure our dates and all of our information to get a hold of us is correct, and it is. The Cookery Inc. are address is in there, all of our other ways to get a hold of us. This is invoice number 1096. And then we need to put in today's date, 10/13/20. Now this is done in Google Drive, which means I have every invoice ever of all time. So this here, we want to change up here. And I actually should have made a copy of this instead of deleting it all, but that's okay. Now we have this in here for the proper date, and we'll be able to access that. So we're going to go back into Joe's email. We're going to say, hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Attached is your invoice. Please, look it over and let me know if you have any questions. This is their chance to fix something. Okay, we're sending them everything. We look forward to serving you and your staff. Thanks for your business and your continued support to the community, because they are firefighters. And then I'm just going to sign it. I'm going to go down here to my little Google Drive button. I'm going to find that invoice I just did, and here it is, invoice Joe Kelly, 10/14/20. I'm going to double click on that. It's going to insert it right into my email. That way when he opens it up, there it is. And he can print it as well. We'll go ahead and print a copy for our own records. And that's it, folks.